Hi, everyone. My name is Gunjan Syal. I'm Transformation Executive at Emerald Technology Group Inc. I have 14 years of experience offering clients strategy, governance, and program planning services on their transformations. With me today, I have Yuri. Hi, Yuri. How are you?
Cheers. How are you, Gunjan?
Cheers. It's a very beautiful cup, actually.
Yeah, thank you. It's actually, I think it's Czech design, but
Very nice.
they sell it in IKEA.
Oh, very cool. So, Jiri, why don't you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah. So thank you for introduction, Gunjan. And my name is Yuri. I'm a data scientist, and I help companies to build machine learning solutions and to automate their decision making processes. I have a master's degree in applied economics, so consequently, I'm passionate about data and technology that
Hmm.
generates economic value. So, speaking about which, currently I'm working on a recommender system for a company called StagePage, and basically we are developing a recommender engine for art enthusiasts who attend live arts. So
Great.
basically, we are like a Netflix in this industry.
Very cool. Very cool. So, Jerry, what does organization transformation mean to you in the context of your work?
Mhm. So, Gunjan, I've been mostly, or my experience comes mostly from startup environment,
Hmm.
and given that I am in the field which was not here 10 years ago,
Hmm.
I can talk about organizational transformation from a perspective of disruptive change.
Yes.
And actually, I would like to mention two areas. So first would be organizational transformation from a perspective of new possibilities or from a context of new possibilities. And second area would be the transformation from the context of adaptability.
That is wonderful.
So yes, so should I continue?
Yes, yes, go
Yeah,
ahead.
awesome. So first, the first perspective, organizational transformation from the context of new possibilities. So when I came to Canada, one of my first experience was with a company called Sales Choice. And actually, let me start with a use case because
Hmm.
we have a client in broadcasting industry, and this client was very curious about our solution, which would help their sales team to close more deals
Right.
at the same time at a lower cost of sales.
Hmm.
And we were offering them AI to solve that. But we are in a new world. So from the context of the corporation of this company, uh, there were several challenges why they couldn't use the solution immediately.
Right.
So first of all, there was a challenge of lack of history of data.
Hmm.
Even it was a big company, the data was missing.
Right.
And imagine now when you want to transform your organization, you actually need a lot of data because AI loves data. AI
Yeah.
needs data. Your
Yes.
technology is these days is only as good as your data. So that was the first challenge. The other challenge was actually we were selling or offering our solution to the sales team.
Hmm.
And here I'm getting actually to the point because now imagine you are calling or you are calling your solution artificial intelligence,
Right.
and it's designed for users which are in the field which has been historically focused around soft skills and
Right.
human-centered thinking.
Right.
So that was another thing, and I'm emphasizing this because in the end, everyone within a company, regardless is whether it's a sales, he or she is a sales professional or business executive, will
Right.
need to at least little bit understand technology.
Yeah, so you're moving from manual processes, manual way of doing things to new technology. So it's a big change.
Exactly.
Right.
So I don't know how is it in your field, but in companies, machine learning or AI will should help companies or employees to do work more effectively.
Right.
And that's how people inside organizations will need to learn that actually there are new possibilities.
Right.
At the same time, they need to a little bit understand it, what's going on, how to use it.
Absolutely. And it's also, as you said, right? Sometimes the data is available, but you have to reformat that differently.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly. Or yeah, you just name it.
Sounds good. So maybe you could talk a little bit more about your role, Jiri, data scientist. You talked about some of the use cases. What does day to day look like for a data scientist?
hmm Okay, so good question. I would say that my routine. I have no daily or a day. For me, there is no a day that would be same as others,
Right.
right? But again, taking it still about the perspective of from the organizational transformation,
Hmm.
because these days data scientists helps companies to bring new technologies on the
Right.
table, etc. I would say that my role is to distinguish what is actually useful.
Hmm.
So actually, you can see a lot of papers, right?
Yeah.
Right behind me. So, and that's the thing. So any day, new publications, new research are
Right.
revealed. It's maybe, I don't know, it's definitely hundreds, maybe thousands.
Yeah.
And you don't know actually what is useful and scalable. And
Right.
it takes time, even, it takes, I would say it takes time the whole community to figure it out. But I would say on daily basis, I should be able to distinguish what can be done fast
Right.
and effective manner.
Yeah. So you're looking for efficiencies, right? And then
Exactly.
enabling them through data.
As an economist, by
Yeah.
nature, I ask myself, what is a marginal benefit
Right.
of bringing something in,
That's true.
because it can be a beautiful solution uh, with a nice marketing. Let's say it's a new research with remarkable findings, but it doesn't need to be scalable to your company.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So these days, we're practicing social distancing, Jerry, right?
Yes.
We're trying to avoid going out, trying to gather in larger gatherings, which means the work environment has changed, right? The way that you hold meetings is completely different right now. So how has that affected your work?
I feel that my work hasn't been affected so much
Hmm.
because I've been working remotely for some time.
Yeah.
Uh, but on the other hand, at least we used to have in-person meetings,
Hmm.
which has changed these days. So what I actually do, because when you work, I don't work on my own. I have a team. We
Right.
still work remotely, but we are a team. So what's been happening for a while is that we actually have hours in a week
Hmm.
where when each of the members is required to be online. It
Right.
doesn't mean that we need to communicate with each other, but at least if I need something from my colleague, I'm quite sure that he or she is online, and
Yeah.
we can exchange information or
Wonderful.
solve the challenges.
So it sounds like each person has their own hours, but there's that overlap period where you can collaborate.
Exactly. And
Right.
actually, I have seen a lot of events which used
Mhm.
to be traditionally in person, like
Right.
meetup groups and conferences, to switch to online world. So
Yes.
recently, just speaking about a specific case in, I think it was 15th of April, uh, Toronto Machine Learning Society organized its
Nice.
first micro summit, and the entire event was online.
Wow, amazing.
So, and yeah, to me it was a great example how people can react fast to a disruptive change, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I've noticed actually, because people's schedules are so different right now as well, right? A lot of these meetups would normally happen in the evening after work.
Exactly.
Some of them are now happening during the day as well, during the lunch hour. But the beauty of it is they're recorded, so you can watch them later and you can get in touch with people as well.
Exactly. And I don't know how you feel about it, but this period of our lives, I feel I have a little bit more time
Yeah,
because I save like at least 2 hours of commuting, and
that's
I
true.
can save this, I can dedicate this time for myself, like whether it's
Absolutely.
learning or breaking out.
That is amazing. So, what are some of the resources that you're looking at for learning that are good for data scientists?
Okay, so definitely this paper behind me
Yeah,
are I would
and you
say
can decorate your room with them as well.
yes, exactly, exactly. But there are a bunch of online courses
Hmm.
you can do. I personally love the group Aggregate Intellect
Yeah,
Socratic Circles.
yep,
Actually they are called Aggregate Intellect, but the subgroup or subdivision facilitating meetup groups is Socratic Circles, and they actually have nice workshops and very personalized
great,
for data scientists. So that's definitely, and also they have a lot of webinars. So
wonderful. Yeah,
I would say that's my main source of inspiration for learning. And I like to combine like reading papers
right.
and doing online courses